Hemp Industries Association, we are the national nonprofit here in the U.S. and we've just had our 22nd annual conference. So that's 22 years an association fighting for the rights of industrial hemp in this country and also facilitating the rights of so many others, as was reiterated in the panel before, saying that the rest of the world is really looking to what is happening with cannabis movement and legislation via what's happening in the United States. Thankfully, as a hemp industry, we have our international partners to really help us take this sector to the next level. If we look at something like building material, this is from Chris's booth. This is a block he made at Hemp Technologies, which is my principal and the company that we are members of the HIA, which, as I said, is a national nonprofit. This is a burn test he did on a block he made in one of our workshops. So imagine, how long was this here? Sorry.
Just 1 minute.
So 1 minute burn, you can imagine your house would have ended up going up in flames if this was to happen. So just for instance of one of the materials there. I am based in Manitoba, Canada. I am from Joplin, Missouri, where I've just completed my 15th season of sampling for the hemp regulation based on THC. It is something also that we are looking and fighting for the change in the arbitrary THC level in the plant itself. In Canada, it's also 0.3%. In the EU, it's 0.2% THC. And in addition to that, we have a derivative testing requirement. So that means that all the hemp foods that come from Canada into this country have also been tested for THC. And that's at 10 parts per million. But we're saying since 1998, we have been sending healthy hemp foods into this country from plants that have been 0.3% THC, and nobody has ever failed a workplace drug test from consuming hemp foods from plants that are 0.3%. So we know we have that level of efficacy to move forward to help shift the change in the THC requirement. Unfortunately, right now, fortunately, we do have the bills in the Congress and in the Senate and the House of Representatives to legalize industrial hemp, but that is written to 0.3%. So if we want to make this change, it's something also that we've got to really consider what we've got to change in our federal legislation right now to help facilitate that. In Australia, the percentage is 1% THC, and that's because it falls under something called the Poisons Act, and not anything to do with outside of really just a THC percentage. But these are regulations. Right now, we do have around 27, 28 states. Somewhere right in there, it could have changed on Friday for all I know. How many is it? 24 states that have legalized the cultivation of industrial hemp in the United States in accordance with Section 7606 of the Farm Bill. And this year we had 8 states cultivating industrial hemp underneath that Farm Bill legislation. So that's really great, bringing farmers back to the farm. And one of the things I can say is we have seen a lot of youth farmers coming back. So that's really empowering, coming from working with farmers in Canada and now seeing the shift of people in their 30s and 40s and even younger getting excited about staying on the family farm because they have the hope and opportunity to cultivate cannabis and industrial hemp.
Very cool.